Hey guys, welcome to the result of me not knowing what to write about, but still wanting to upload every other week. Warning, this might make my life sound a little bit very sad. Also, this is kind of depressing, but I'm trying to reach 200 subscribers by the end of the year, so if you're watching this and haven't hit that button, I think it would make it pretty cool if you did. I'm a little biased, but I just think it'd be pretty cool if you Anyway, video time. I've been a fan of Pokemon for most of my life, and ever since I was about 10, I've been obsessed with hunting shiny Pokemon. So much so that my collection has grown to this amount. Wow, that must be what virginity looks like. Awesome. Now I should probably take a couple steps back for the people who've been outside before. A shiny Pokemon is just a Pokemon with a different color scheme that has a ridiculously low chance of appearing. Now you're probably wondering, Smudge, do these Pokemon have like better stats or moves or something? No, they just look different, and sometimes worse! That's right, sometimes these incredibly rare Pokemon look like absolute dog shit, and they usually fall into one of three categories. The person who designed this was probably colorblind. Wait, what? That's a shiny Pokemon? And my personal least favorite? Green. Now, when shinies were introduced in Gen 2, Game Freak were working with a limited color palette, so it's not fully their fault that the shinies might look horrible. However, anything after Gen 3 has no fucking excuse. You're probably thinking, can't they just go back and change shiny Pokemon? And yeah, they can and they have, but it's always a shot in the dark on whether it's going to be a good change or not. Like Charizard used to be this weird purple color, and now it's this awesome black and red color. It's an incredible change. However, they took away Cyndaquil's purple fire. I mean, come on, his current shiny is, okay, it's fine, right? But like, he had purple fire, and that's sick. Why did they take away the purple fire? I don't get why they took away the purple. Like I mentioned before, these are incredibly rare. How rare, you may ask? Well, that depends on the game you're playing. In Gens 2 through 5, it's 1 out of 8,192 by default to get a shiny, and in Gens 6 to 8, it's 1 out of 4,096 by default. To put that into perspective, that's a 0.00012% chance. In other words, you're more likely to get struck by lightning and fucking die than get a yellow Pidgey. You might have noticed I said by default when I gave you the odds, and that was a little trick on my part. You see, even though some people are insane enough to hunt with those odds, most people use one of the many methods to lower them. Also, please don't use this video as a guide. I'm not going to bother going over all the odds, or even the ones I do talk about, I'm not going to cover them in great detail or give a step-by-step tutorial. Also, don't get angry if I mess any of the numbers up. I was probably tired while writing this or something. The simplest way of doing this in any game after Black and White is to just get the shiny charm. And you're probably wondering, oh, how do I get it? Well, it's simple, really. All I need to do is catch every Pokemon legally obtainable without events. Doesn't that just sound fun? No, it isn't. Fuck you, which is why I've never done it. That's right, I've been playing these games for over half of my time on this earth, and I have not yet done the thing it tells you to do every single time. Now, most methods change every game, but there are a couple that don't. The first one's the Masuda method, based off the name of the composer, Junichi Masuda. This involves eggs and was introduced in Gen 4 as a way to promote trading. Basically, you take two Pokemon originating from two different real-world countries, and you put them in the daycare and, there's an egg, I wonder how that got there. In Gen 4, it's now 5 times more likely that a Pokemon in that egg will be shiny, and in Gen 5 and onward, it's 6 times more likely. And, like most other methods, you can combine this with the shiny charm to increase your odds even more. You know, as a treat. A personal favorite for me is soft resetting. This pretty much involves saving in front of the Pokemon you want and inputting a button combo that changes every time to quickly reset to the main menu and encounter that Pokemon again. I've used this method to catch several legendaries and a Cyndaquil. But how does it lower odds? It doesn't, I just wanted to mention it. Another kind of odds lowering method is chaining. Now this can take many different forms depending on what game you're playing or even where in that game you are. The easiest way I can describe this type of method is you have to kill or catch a bunch of Pokemon in a row until a shiny pops up. Now that was very vague, because if I went into any more detail we'd be here all day, and I'm sure you have many better things to be doing than listen to a white boy talk about Pokemon. Now there are also a couple of more gimmicky methods that usually involve you playing a quick minigame or doing a quick challenge before an encounter. And these, of course, are the Ultra Wormholes from Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon, or the Dynamax Adventures from Sword and Shield. Now these are fun methods for sure, and if you have no patience, you'll get shinies up the ass doing these. Especially the Wormholes. Now on to my favorite part. This might get a little bit confusing, but I'll try my best to simplify. Also, it's really more of an exploit than a method, but I still find it really interesting. Basically, in every Generation 4 game, there's a glitch type thing that changes the shiny rates for every Pokemon with a gender to a 1 out of 20. Crazy, right? How do you do it? Well, that's where the confusing bit starts. Basically, in every Pokemon game you have two IDs. Your trainer ID, which you can see, and your secret ID, which you cannot. It was discovered that if your trainer and secret ID are really close together, and the Pokemon in the front of your party has the ability Cute Charm, the exploit occurs. There are a couple ways to go about doing this, most of which are considered cheating, but there's one that isn't, so that's the one I use. This basically involves a bunch of confusing RNG manipulation that I set up my mom's laptop trying to figure out how to do for 2.5 hours. I cannot for the life of me remember how to do it, so I'll link the guide I used in the description. Now I find this really cool, and the best part is these Pokemon are considered legal, so you can transfer them to the newest Pokemon games. If they're in them. I've gotten this far without even telling you guys why I started shiny hunting in the first place, and, well, it's a really short story. Basically, when I was 10, I found a shiny Poliwag by accident, and ever since then I've been chasing the excitement I felt on that warm August evening. Life's a beautiful thing, isn't it? I'm aware there's going to be a couple of you guys that are upset that this video is in Garfield card, and I apologize for that. I just really didn't want to write it. Like, I just really didn't. With that being said, I hope you enjoyed this video, because that would be pretty neat, I think. Bye, I guess.